Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about Flight of the Fallen by Hana Lee. Flight of the Fallen is the second book in the Mage Bike Courier duology. We talked about book 1, Road to Ruin, at the start of the summer, and there will be spoilers for book 1 in this episode, so if you haven't read it yet, definitely read it, because I had a lot of fun with it, as evidenced by we're talking about book 2 right here. So give you a chance to take a break, go back, watch the video for book 1, read book 2, have a great time, and now we're good. So Flight of the Fallen is, as I said, the second volume in the Mage Bike Courier duology, this science fantasy series. It's sort of like Mad Max in this strange world inhabited by saurians and talented people who, capital T, talented people who can manipulate matter in a variety of ways, call rain, cause plants to grow, or the eponymous Mage Bike Couriers who have this spark talent, this sort of electrical ability. And we're picking up about a month after the end of book 1, Road to Ruin. Our main character, the titular Mage Bike Courier, is now talentless by virtue of the events at the climax of book 1, and so has distanced herself from Ynarine and Cadrin, the young lovers whose letters she was bearing back and forth in book 1, and with whom she is delightfully emotionally entangled. And so we come now to this crisis point in the social system that they have in these wastelands, these Karinas that are now under threat in a permanent way by virtue of the storms that have grown stronger as a result of the climax of book 1. It's a really nice, tightly connected duology that I love. I love the duology as a form, things that are, thematic mirrors to one another, things that are just tightly bound together, binary star systems of stories. And I think Mage Bike Courier really plays with that form in a nice way. And is a delightful example of the fun that you can have with that form, and this just like following after the other and picking up where we left off and building on those themes and that crisis of transformation that has arrived in the wastelands. We have a refugee crisis from one of the other Karinas. We have the promise of ancient ruins. We have lots of really excellent, battle sequences and high-octane action, both out in the wastelands and within the Karinas, and just really fun explorations of power and class and what we'll do to build the life that is fulfilling for us and filled with the desire that we deserve. And so we had to have a drink. Our drink for book 1 was the Bloom Weaver, named for this talent that causes plants to grow. But I thought for book 2, we've really got to go to like the coolest and primary talent, that spark talent. And so we will be making a Sparkrider today. So we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of whiskey. Jin Lu's been drinking some whiskey, and at one point she shares some with Cadrin and Ynarine, who find it really harsh. Not big whiskey drinkers, and that's fine. It takes all sorts. Us whiskey drinkers and those who are just starting out. But to get at that idea of something that's maybe a little more intense, a little spicier, we're going to get 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey. A whiskey that's good and assertive. So we'll get 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey, and then we'll add our modifiers. Gonna add 1/2 ounce of Campari. Lovely. and half an ounce of orange curacao. Nice callback to the blue curacao that we had in our drink for book 1. Love to play with some orange flavors, make a nice unified menu for us. These golden, rocky outcroppings in the wastelands. And then some bitter red tea, or not so bitter, because it's rooibos tea. Rooibos tea syrup, so equal parts rooibos tea and sugar. And we'll get half an ounce of that to add a touch of sweetness and that rich redness. And then finally, get my handy-dandy Angostura bitters, the granddaddy of the bitters world, just to add another bit of spice. 2 dashes of Angostura bitters in there for our Sparkrider. We've got all of our liquid ingredients in here. You can see it's this nice, rich, red-orange, perfect for our spark talent. And we will get our ice. Get a large ice cube into our glass. So you can see it's pretty hot here, as it is in the wastelands. So sometimes you gotta manhandle the ice a little bit. And get our ice down into our mixing glass and give that a stir. Lovely. We're finding lost cities. I love a lost city. I love a deep history. I love a religious heresy. I love, people being beaten with sticks, which is like kind of a bummer thing to love, but I do enjoy it in a story. We've got these wonderful little epithets at the start of each chapter, or epigraphs rather, where we have a little insight into some of the minds of the inhabitants of the Karinas, and insights thematically and world-building wise in fun, pithy ways. So then once that's stirred, we'll take our strainer and strain over a fresh ice cube, like so. And so there you have it. This is the Sparkrider, inspired by Flight of the Fallen by Hana Lee. Flight of the Fallen is available now, and the Magebite Courier duology is complete. If you are a fan of reading completed series, there's never been a better time. Thank you to the publisher Saga Press for sending me a review copy. I'm so grateful for that. I've got a link to snag the book in the description down below, as well as a link to purchase my book, Cocktails and Consoles, 75 Cocktails and Mocktails to Level Up Your Game Night, all inspired by different video games. We've got links to various forms of social media, including Blue Sky and Instagram, where there's always a written version of today's recipe. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button. It makes me so happy when you do. And subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got some great books coming as we round out August here and head into, hopefully, a little bit of some cooler weather soon. So, try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, cheers.